Hello and welcome to Habano News. I am back, as you could see on the thumbnail of this video. I've been away from social media for about 8 months, a bit more than 8 months. And a lot has happened in those 8 months. So the first thing I did, I attended in February 2025 the launch of the Ramon Allones Absolutos, the limited edition from 2024, launched at the beginning of 2025. I'm going to light up a cigar. So I have here from my humidor Diplomáticos Munitions, beautiful cigars. I opened the box yesterday with some friends who came for dinner. Great smell. I'm going to put this back. They're very strong, great cigars. And they're 7 years old because they are from LGR Dis 18. Original edition from Phoenicia. Phoenicia is a distributor for Africa, Middle East, and based in Cyprus. And of course, distributing cigars in Cyprus. This is a new gold medal from June 2023. I smoked this box. I don't have any more cigars actually. I offered them to my friends yesterday, so I forgot about that. It's a typical Bolivar. You should keep them to age. They will get even better. I made a video about them from a tasting with La Casa del Habano in Nyon earlier on last year. And this is what I'm going to smoke now. It's a Nature Upmann Connoisseur B 25. Look at this. 25 cigars. Beautiful. So, both La Casa del Habano and Habano Specialist edition. Look at this band. Second band here. And I'm going to use this cutter, which I got from attending Ami Cigar. So after attending the launch of the Absolutos, Ramon Allones Absolutos by Intertabac, great evening. I'm going to make a video about it. Amazing people attended. Dominic London, people from Hunters and Franco, Gemma Freeman. There were a lot of people attending this event. Really enjoyed it. And after that, I went to the Ami Cigar in June in Veneto, so Venice, and then next to Venice. Amazing event. 100 people, wonderful. And Les Fines Lames gave this to us. I'm going to cut the cigar with this. I did not attend the Amigos de Partagas event in Metallica this year because it was too complicated for me with the family to attend both Ami Cigar and Metallica. Metallica is very difficult to go to. From Geneva, where I am now, I only need 1 hour flight to go to Venice. It takes me about 8 or 9 hours to go to Metallica. It's very complicated. Very long trip. So didn't attend Amigos de Partagas. The next event is the launch of the first limited edition for 2025 called the Montecristo Elba. And that will be in October in Madrid, and followed by the launch of the Punch Princesa. And the event has just been announced a few days ago. It will be in December in Phoenicia. So Phoenicia is organizing amazing events, and it was already oversubscribed by double. They could only sell 600 seats, and they had more than 1,000 people applying for them. So I will attend 6th of December. This year I'm looking forward to it, obviously. I'm going to obviously make some video about this event. Some news following my previous video about the smoking ban in the UK. I know that a lot of you thought, well, this is not really going to happen. They're not really that dumb to do that, but they did it. They voted in May. I'm going to make a video about this, and if you're British, you can actually ask your representative to try to stop that, at least to make a difference for cigars, because then, of course, that would mean that by 2027, anybody below 18 will never be able to buy or be even given tobacco. I'll go through in my video. Obviously, that's an end to all those lounges and great places, and you know, we need London. We need the UK as a to continue being a great place for cigars. I mean, the tradition of, you know, Churchill, the cigar smoker, and what would have happened in the UK during the war if Churchill didn't have his cigars? We don't know that. Same for J.J. Fox, of course, my friend AJ, and Rekha and the Patel family. And now Dominic London is opening a Casa Habano in London too. So we need to fight that back. The people of the UK need to fight there. I mean, the UK is going through a lot of big crises, so is France. So I hope things get better. As far as Cuba is concerned, there's been many articles now in the past weeks, 10 days, written about Habanos rolling cigars in prison and prisoners not being paid in a decent salary, and so I looked into it, and obviously, I mean, we know about Cuba bashing from all those government NGOs that, in fact, are actually backed by other governments, and also some newspapers that are also sponsored for a lot of them. So you have to be careful when you hear something really bad about Cuba. As you know, I'm not into politics. I think the Cuban politics is for Cuban people, and they do, it's their issue. They do what they want, and I am nobody to interfere. As far as prisons are concerned, what I know is that here in Switzerland, a maid makes $25, 26, 27 US dollars an hour, and a prison worker that gets that in a full day of work. So it is normal in prisons that people don't get the same amount of money as a standard workers that has to pay for his accommodation, because when you're in jail, you don't have to pay for your accommodation. So that does not shock me that you earn less. And the fact that these people are working, first of all, a lot of people in jails are asking for work because they're bored, and the fact that they're learning a real job, because usually it's very dumb work, dumb jobs. There are a lot of examples on YouTube where the guys just put a plug together, and that's very boring, and they don't learn anything. So what my issue is, and is that if you can in a jail learn a real job, which is making cigars, rolling cigars, which is a high-skilled job, at least you have a job. Then, of course, what money you get and what food you get, what treatment you get, well, this is, of course, something I cannot judge. But I'm not shocked knowing that some people make cigars and roll cigars in prisons. At least it gives something to do, some money, and a skilled job to some people in jail. So I hope you don't get offended by what I say, but instead of staying in a jail doing nothing and being bored and just reading or listening to television, if you have a television, the fact that you're doing something and something useful. I mean, to be honest, one of the articles I read and is saying that they are forced labor. I mean, to be forced to make cigars, I mean, even if you're not forced to make a nice cigars for exportation, for export, it's very difficult. So if you're forced, or you wouldn't make the quality enough. So Habanos has not commented about that, but I heard about this. Of course, I hate the typical Habanos bashing, and this is my point of view, obviously. And there's been also a lot of 2 articles now written about the owners of Habanos, the Chinese owners, and there's a lot. I could not check the information. I had some before, but what I mean is that first of all, the people who bought the 50% of Habanos, they bought it from Imperial Tobacco. Okay, so if there was any issue with the buyers paying $1 billion US, not anybody or not everybody has $1 billion. If the people who should have done the due diligence, the people first that are responsible, are Imperial Tobacco, because they received the $1 billion. And I don't know about you, but when I get $1,000 sent to me from a friend in the UAE because I bought a box of cigars for him, I get help from the bank saying, where did you get the money, who's behind? And then of course he's got an Arabic name, it's complicated. I mean, you guys from the Middle East know what I'm talking about. So if you are a UK listed company, PLC, and you sell an asset for $1 billion, I am sure that there is a due diligence. I am sure that there's a legal department say, oh, by the way, who's sending those $1 billion? So these people should be questioned. Did you do the due diligence? Show us the documents. You know, instead of trying again to blame Habanos, saying, oh, you know, the guys that bought your share, the 50% share of Imperial Tobacco are, you know, these kind of guys, you know, were in the gambling sector. So yeah, for me, once again, a lot of bashing about Habanos, and I think it would be important if there are any issues. Well, you know, Imperial Tobacco should show us, or show the people who are questioning the situation, should give answers. I don't think Habanos is fully responsible for whatever happens, and of course, being a shareholder of a company, whatever you do later on or in the meantime, Habanos is not responsible for it. So that is my point of view, and there's a lot of pressure again on you know, NGOs about this issue. There are rumors that this 50% share of Habanos is now being sold from the Chinese owned, from the Chinese to the Middle East. I hear Qatar, I hear the UAE. If I had to bet, I would probably say UAE instead of Qatar, but these are the rumors. So of course we will wait and see what happens and what the situation is. It's very exciting if this happens, obviously, and that will surely put an end to all this mess about the current Chinese owners, whom I have obviously never met, and I don't know, and of course I am not sponsored by anybody, but once again I see a lot of pressure at the moment coming on Cuba and on Habanos, and I wanted to say, to give my support and to say that I think we have to look at all of those accusations very carefully, because depending on who's sending this, it's a whole lot of pressure always on our beloved Cuban people. I will start making videos for you very soon. In the coming days, I'm going to make one more, and so on. So if you have any question, put in the comments. I have some questions. We'll do so. I'll do a video just answering questions. I think it will be fun. Apart from that, please subscribe to the video. I haven't had many subscriptions in the past days. And also, I'm supporting those Swiss people who are young people who are making this beer, and it's actually very good beer. So I am going to show you. These are, if you come to Switzerland, Swiss premium beer. So this one is called Sun. It's a lager. And this one that I'm having, this one I had early on, and this one is called Polar, and it's wheat, a bit stronger. And they're both very nice. And I'm not sponsored, I'm not paid, and these are the two beers I got to taste, but I think we have to support, especially people who are launching a new business. So, I missed you. I hope to see you soon, and I will report as soon as possible on the different events, and don't forget to send me your questions. Goodbye.